Alright. We are live. Practice round is currently underway, and oh dear, SU isn't moving. There we go. Alright, practice round is over. So I will now start the match in 3. Wait, no, 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to Sprout League 2! Today, we have the first match of the day, a match between SBU and Pikmanfan2002. The second best player in the world against a complete newcomer to tournaments. Pikmanfan bans Champion's Court and skips his other 2 bans, while SB bans Deep Blue, Volatile Metalworks, and Bottomless Sewer. The options for the first vote are Decayed Garden, Spider's Den, Battle Yard, and Halls of Grandeur. Time's up, and Decayed Garden is the map for the first round of the match. Let the round begin! So, both players are getting their growth on, not much to comment on yet. The Pikman is fighting a fiery blowhorn. It's going decently well. He's actually ahead of SB right now on the growth, but, well, not anymore. Well, now he is again. Well, Pikman is actually throwing some Pikmin at SBU's Pikmin that are on the dwarves here. All it does is delay their arrival, however. Oh wait, no, it did manage to stop 1 or 2 of them. SB on his way back. Take him again. Now where's he heading? Taking 9 Pikmin of his to come around to Pikman's side of the map. He rolls a Pluckaphone, that's going to be very handy for him. Ooh, Pikman manages to narrowly save one of his Pikmin from death in the jaws of a dwarf. Now SBU uses his Pluckaphone, as Pikman really wishes he had one right now. Pikman loses 6 Pikmin to the Rock Storm, giving SBU a Pikmin advantage of 7 to grow now to 11. And then to shrink back down to 7. Down to 3 if SBU doesn't grow it further, which is why that is exactly what he's going to do now. Flowers up the squad while he can. Very convenient place and time for him to do so. Pikman comes after him. But he's ready to face him. As SBU is now taking 11 Pikmin all the way this way to prevent Pikman from reaching squad parity. As SBU will be at 50 with this corpse in. Pikman waits for the sprouts to sprout. And now Pluckaphone's up. With 37 Pikmin, he heads out. As SBU is about to hit 50, Pikman seeks to do the same. Except, we must also worry about SBU's marble from Pikman's side that he's managed to take. So he's trying to take it back. And that he's actually succeeding in doing. The Shearwig's ate a couple of SBU's Pikmin, so he may not hit 50 after all. SBU comes back for this marble. With all his numbers on him. And Pikman is forced to retreat to his base and pluck back. SBU holds on to this marble, putting him in a strong position for the rest of the game. Just 3 minutes remain on the timer, but when that marble's in, 2 more will be added. Pikman is going to need to find some way to get a marble from SBU's side if he's to win this one. He's on 48 Pikmin, SBU about to hit the 50 he's been desiring for so long. As Pikman makes his move. SBU also makes his move, he spices. And goes for 2 marbles here on his side. Pikman chooses a bit of the far marble, but that's only roughly a third of SBU's squad because they managed to split it 3 ways. While Pikman does get away with the marble, SBU gets away with 2 more. And we'll just need one last one to win. So far, Pikman's put up a good fight, but is it good enough? Bulb of Larvae drop in for Pikman now. He deals with them reasonably well. As SBU begins the hunt for the final marble. could it be? It's in this room. And he's already here. Not just for the marble, but for 5 cherries. Pigman Spicy's an attempt to wall split. The split is not completely unsuccessful. Most of his squad gets bittered, but at least it wasn't all. And he might actually, by the skin of his teeth, be able to pull this off. But as he's doing so, SBU's returning to base. As SBU is Pikmin pipering all of these Pikmin to a fiery end. And once again is plucking back his numbers. Pikman is going to need to get good cherries and good use of them if he's to pull through. That's exactly what he's banking on. The first one is a jelly float. I don't expect this to do too much, as SBU's already... Oh! In attempting to avoid it, SBU is digging his own marble up. He stops plucking with 42 and heads out just with them. But those 42 are more than Pikmin fans got in total. Pikman moves out. He has secured a 3rd marble. Just 1 remains on the map. Where could it be? Now SBU activates his final spicy. Pikman manages to bitter the majority of it. And he runs to the last marble there in the stone alcove on SBU's side. He's gonna need a clever way to hold. He's gonna need a clever way to hold on to it because numbers alone will not cut it. Indeed, those numbers are only going to be thinned out even more as SBU's blown up the carriers he assigned. Could anyone win this? I don't know if anyone could. Pikman would need a very good spicy, but I don't think he has the time. Well, he's going to try anyway. A fighter to the very end. The wall split begins to unsplit. And he almost catches it. But it's just a few seconds too late. While SVU has won this round, it's been far closer than anyone could have anticipated. SVU 1, Pikman 0. There we go. Battle Yard, the Amphitheatre, Bulbhead Basin, and Combat Zone are the options available. We have 2 votes for Combat Zone from both the participants, and 1 vote for Bulbhead Basin. The vote is tied when the timer runs out, and between the tie, the bot chooses Combat Zone. Let the round begin! Ooh, we have this layout of combat zone. Oh, the Harry's where they are. The one where you can use the camera. All sorts of clever ways with them. I wonder if we're going to see that. SBU likes to use the camera in these ways. But is he going to try this time? What he's trying to do first is deal with this snowball warp, which is actually proving a bit annoying for him. He missed the direct hit twice, and then had to get it down the old-fashioned way. Wait, no, that was Pikman. SVU's up top. Ooh, very close. Very close. SVU almost woke up the Harry before he was ready. Now Pikman prepares to take on the Harry. How well will it go? He wakes it up. SB also wakes up his. Pikman knows the trick. But SB doesn't even need to use the trick. He just rushes it down and astonishingly suffers no losses doing so. Not many people could be able to do that. SVU is already getting started on the center marble while Pikman is still growing. He brings 9 Pikmin to try and deter the corpse. But Pikman punishes this play by extending out to the very center marble SVU's dug up. While SVU will still likely have the center marble, he will not have it as cleanly as he otherwise would have. But what Pikman must do now is grow. Pikman manages to keep his Pikmin just out of the Blowhog's range. But there is more than one Blowhog to stay out of the range of. These enemies are slowing Pikman down quite a lot, allowing SVU to make it out again with 45 and the center marble by just 1 Pikmin. Seizing the opportunity while it's there, he spices across the other 2 marbles in mid and all the cherries. He even goes for a greedy marble on Pikman's side. Pikman only manages to better a few of the Pikmin. Outnumbered, outsped, and outpositioned. Does Pikman have any hope? Already 2 marbles are in for SVU, with the last 2 on the way now. A Pluckaphone for Pikman could turn things around if he plays this very quickly and very small. No, I don't think it will. No, it won't. No, it won't. It's over. But it just really goes to show how much of a difference how you play in the opening can make, and the determination of how the endgame goes. SVU 2, Pikman 0! The options this time are a return to combat zone, the amphitheater, frozen forest, and citadel of steel. Where will we be going this time? Looks like our participants both fancy a bit of frozen forest. But not all spectators agree, as we have a vote for citadel of steel as well. Pikman has withdrawn his vote for Frozen Forest and has instead chosen the Amphitheater. It's a three-way tie at the end, and the Amphitheater is the winner. Will Pikman be able to take a round off SVU on the map he chose? Let's find out. As the round... Oh, come on, SVU. Why aren't you ready? As the round begins! Immediately, Pikman goes for these dwarfs. Very nearly makes up the Harry. Yes, one dwarf moving. SVU, meanwhile, is taking the prize up. Once again, Pikman is using the trick. Wake up the Bulbor. Lure it all the way out as far as it will go. Wait for it to turn around and attack! As he is doing this, SVU is taking on a Decorated. Gets it down quite quickly. Watery Blowhog here as well. Also down quickly. SVU narrowly avoids 2 Pikmin losses. As our participants are roughly neck and neck on growth. Pikman is seeking to use the Decorated to kill the enemies here, but it is not going very well. He does take out the Fiery Blowhawk, the main threat. Now gathers the Pikmin to have another go. SVU will be at 50 with that lot. Pikman's gonna need to be able to match that in time. While Pikman has that going back to make his 50, he's using this time and these Pikmin that he's got here to clear out and de-risk mid. Wait, no, hold on, that's not going to be 50, that's just going to be 48. Well, 48's all SVU's got right now anyway, as well. I thought he would be at 50, but no, it's just 48. Now, SVU is also on the de-risking, as Pikman has dug up a marble. Seeing the positional advantage SVU has currently, he is spicing across 3 yellow marbles in this room. The central room. The Amphitheater always has 3 marbles in the middle. All 3 of them are being dug up. Pikman needs an answer to this, and a satisfactory one at that. Will he be able to provide one? He manages to catch and bitter the last marble in this room, but this is not the room SVU was in. This is not the 3 marble room. Meaning SVU will get away with all 3 of those marbles. All Pikman has been able to do now is prevent him from taking the 4th. While that does keep Pikman in the game, I'm not sure how much longer it will keep him in the game. As now SVU is recovering his strength. Pikman will take 2 more marbles, but there is 1 more up for grabs, and SVU is likely to take it first, unless Pikman can devise some way to stop it. But SVU's fortune is growing, and time for Pikman is shrinking. He'll need a spicy to make this work, and he'll need a good split too. Oh dear! As Pikman retreats to grab these off the marble, a bunch of his Pikmin die to the fire geyser! The last marble for SBU is in sight. Despite the Pikmin he's just lost and the numbers advantage he's now at, Pikman is confident he can take this. He uses a spicy, he goes for a combination of a wall split and a throw split. SBU activates his final spicy in response, and attempts similar. Pikman is able to bitter more of SBU's Pikmin than SBU is to bitter Pikman's Pikmin. But SBU still has a spare bitter from earlier, and so he has 2 bitters he can use right now if he so desires, which I think he does. That said, he is still not using them. Pikman still has a little bit of spicy left, but I think... Oh no, no! SBU's still not bittering! He doesn't even need to! Once again, SBU has position gamed Pikman. To a stunning defeat. This is why he's the second best. SBU 3, Pikman 0. This time, the options are Concrete Playground, Decayed Garden, Baldman Grotto, and Combat Zone. We have 2 votes in from both, just SBU and Anto, for Concrete Playground, as Pikman is yet to make his choice. Now he has, and it's for Concrete Playground as well. Now, Concrete Playground is a map that SBU historically has not been too strong on. Even Boulder was able to defeat him back in the Sprout Cup in 2023 on Concrete Playground. So Pikman may finally get his first round win here. That said, in 2 years, SBU's become more familiar with the map, and may be able to win anyway. As a result, we'll see who the winner is now, as the round begins! Two years. 2.5 years. Both players rush in all of their shear grubs and pellets. Pikman suffers an early loss to a dwarf there. These little things can add up. Now SBU is dealing with a snitch bug, another one waits and leans nearby. As now Pikman is killing this Cormad to open up a flank route. Although that does open up a flank route for SBU if he chooses to go on the offensive here as well. I think what Pikman is really focusing on here is just the growth. But he ought to be growing using the enemies that are actually on his path out to mid. Now he goes for Stitch Bugs. Down they go. And down goes the Shearwig that tried to ambush him as well. As SVU is already blazing a trail to mid. As he's brought more Pikmin here than Pikman has, he is likely to get the first marble. Indeed, he's already getting it. But now he's pushing his luck. Pikman may be able to punish this if he can be quick. He is not being quick. He's hoping the increased speed of these flowers will make up for it, but I'm not so sure it will. Ah, I think I know what's going on here. Pikman wants to get a positional advantage for a safe Spicy, but SVU is right here to deny him that, as both Spicy, at the same second, SVU, I believe, Spicy with more Pikmin, and a better split. But Pikman is able to use a Pluckaphone to unbury many of the Pikmin SVU bittered and jump back into action first. But while all that was going on, SVU was able to take all the marbles he needed. The power of position is not to be sneezed at. SVU 4, Pikman 0. The maps this time are the Amphitheater, Submerged Skirmish, Combat Zone, and Frozen Forest. 2 maps we've had and 2 maps we haven't. Both participants want to go to Submerged Skirmish. I also want them to go there. I want to see how they handle it. See, Anto knows what's up. Okay, time for some Submerged. Let the round begin! Will Pikman finally been able to get the round win he's been waiting for so long? Or will SVU manage to get a 5-0 sweep, close as it may have been? Now's our chance to find out. Both participants put a roughly even focus between the pellets and the she-grubs, as is recommended to do. But I think SVU is growing slightly faster, due to the unfortunate positioning of some of Pikman's she-grub corpses. Immediately we see Pikman's Bulbmin, but also his Dirigibug. Or there may be more than one. While Tartweevil drops in for SVU, he has trying to run past it, which he succeeds in doing. The Bulbmin is taking notice of him now, as SVU's Bulbmin also is taking notice of him. But the Wally comes in and snatches 3 kills. $37-37. Now SVU must run away from this Dweevil, which he succeeds in doing, and also manages to use it to damage the Blowhog. Pikman puts the Bulbmin on the task of dealing with these Blowhogs, while he gets back to business with the growth and the plucking. 32-45. SVU's gonna grow a bunch more, as is Pikman. I think they're both gonna hit 60. No, SVU's gonna hit 58 at most. Ah, I see. Pikman has been using these 3 to distract the Blowhogs, while he rushes in for a Spicy, having a positional advantage due to not having to worry about the Blowhogs on the way to mid. Already Pikman is splitting. 1, 2, but he needs to worry about the Wallies too. And 3, but there's also an electrical wire here. He needs to play this right. He needs to play this right. I do not believe he is playing this right. He realizes this is a bit of a long shot, as he has been able to get away with the center marble, and I think one more. So I think that Spicy has paid off. But as it did so, SVU never even met him. And so, he still has a spare better. Oh! But a Wally kills 4 of SVU's Pikmin, giving Pikman the numbers advantage. Pikman comes back on the way back to his base to find that those few Bulbmin he tasked have indeed dealt with... Oh dear. No! Oh dear. There go 8 Pikmin for Pikman, giving SVU the advantage once again, only for him to lose 2 more Pikmin to this Wally. Chaotic stuff, but that's Submerged for you. Pikman puts some of his Pikmin on that Blowhog to make sure he can keep up with the numbers. He attempts a split with the Spicy, but it gets full bittered. Now SVU has a significant advantage, unless Pikman can work to deny it with those bitters of his. Now, if I have my calculations correct, the Water Wraith should be arriving in 18 seconds. Now SVU is activating his first Spicy. Pikman is moving in to bitter it. He manages to bitter both the marbles, understanding the true range of the bitter. But only roughly half of SVU's squad was bittered here. I think Pikman is going to have to bank on you-know-who coming to the rescue. But where is it? Where is our boy Hank? Is he in? Is he on duty today? His spawn point is probably on the other end of the map. Yes it is. It is now SVU's job to keep Hank away from these 2 marbles, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Nah, he's probably going to be able to do it. Still, these are SBU's first 2 marbles of the game. He's still going to need 2 more. But with 1 more spicy in tow, he may well get them. Pigman is moving, and moving quickly. He knows he's going to need marbles from SBU's side to take this. And with no spices, that is going to be very difficult. But sometimes you have to step up to the plate and do what's difficult. Such as this very long-haul marble seizure without the spicy. That SBU is coming to stop. But if Pikman can position game him for long enough, he might just be able to get away with this. That said, the Pluckerphone renders this a lot less effective than it otherwise would be. Pikman is going to have to use these cherries to get something as good as that Pluckerphone, because SBU is rapidly on the march back. Pikman returns to base as fast as he can. Marble is in sight for SVU. He's getting ready to take it. Pikman can't really stop him right now. Only the Water Wraith can stop him. And the SVU is fully anticipating its arrival. SVU is clearing out this Dirigibug, although he does lose 2 Pikmin in the process. As the Marble's back on the move, and SVU is now securing the last 2 marbles he needs to win. Whatever Pikman does next, he needs to make it count. And once again, without a spicy, that is going to be hard. SVU narrowly manages to save those Pikmin from a crushing death. Now, Pikman is slowly making his way into position as quickly as he can, but that's still quite slowly. 49 to 34. As SVU loses 6 Pikmin to the Water Wraith. He uses one of his bitters, as even more of SVU's Pikmin meet their ends. Pikman now has double SVU's numbers, and he is going to utilize this to the fullest. Pikman manages to bitter the bomb. SVU now uses his final bitter. As SVU prepares to arm up another surprise, which indeed takes out most of Pikman's Pikmin. It's now 24 to 17. But SVU, in attempting all of these shenanigans, has brought himself down to just 2 hits of health left. It may be the play for Pikman to try and bomb him out of the game. But alas, Pikman is at a great positional disadvantage right now. He's plucking back, he's using this precious time to pluck back his inferior anyway numbers. He flowers them up. He did not get the cherry he was hoping to get. Now, as the match enters its endgame, Pikman is focusing on growing. Oh! But SVU has just lost 6 more Pikmin to the Wraith! The numbers are once again even! Maybe this play for growth isn't so bad after all. As SVU loses 1 more Pikmin, Pikman is making it to mid to snag a cherry. And what Pikman wants to do is he wants to retain control of mid and not give up the position to SVU. Can he do this? We shall see. SVU is growing back his numbers. And so is Pikman. What cherries will they get next? Marbleberry for SPU, useless. A Dweevil for Pikman, not useless. This will delay SPU for a precious few seconds. I say a precious few seconds because they may well indeed be very precious for Pikman, who already now has 9 more Pikmin than SPU does, to be reduced to 1 when SPU collects that corpse in. But more importantly, what Pikman has right now is the advantage of position. He must avoid the Wraith. He avoids. He must press on. On he presses. But he must not lose sight of the true priority, the marble. Hey, confirm. Now Pikman is choosing to kill the Dirigibug, knowing SPU could use it against him. It's dead. Pikman grabs up these cherries, knowing full well he is gonna need them. He takes 3. The Wraith is on the approach. Pikman loses all 3 cherry carriers, as SPU is on the way with an advantage of 6. Here comes the Wraith again. And here comes SPU as Pikman uses his final bitter, while SPU still has a spicy. This mistake right here has ended the match. It was so close. Pikman brought it back so many times, only for this to be how it ends. The only way SPU can lose now is if he gets hit twice. But I don't think there's anything that can't hit him twice at this stage. Indeed. Here is where Pikman's chances have run out. He played well. He played very well. Especially against the second best player in the world. But sometimes even that is not enough. As with the final score of 5-0, SVU has won the match. We still have one more match today in about 2 hours' time between Jim and Pikmin Jacob. I'd be interested to see how that one goes as well. Certainly, this has been a very interesting match, and I really do commend Pikman for how he's played. Even though he didn't win a single round, there were several times where he almost won. And against SPU, that is a true achievement. As I said, we'll be having that other match in about